Hello, this is Jess, and we're going to be doing our Week 15 NFL picks for the win. Like I said, Week 15, and we're going to get right into it. Don't let the Seahawks jersey fool you. Yeah, I'm a Seahawks fan. They're going to make a win, but we'll get to them later. All right, now we're going to start off with tonight's game, the Broncos and the Colts. I just see Hilton having a good night. If Brissett's good with the ball, I think that he will control that pretty tough Bronco defense. But that's who I see with the victory on this is the Colts. They're playing in Indianapolis, so that's the advantage I have. I think the Colts will pull that off. The Bears and the Lions. You got that defense for the Bears. You got Howard running the ball like crazy. You have Stafford, Tate on the other end, but I just feel that defense is going to win this game, and I see the Bears with a victory. Chargers and the Chiefs. I mean, you can't get any hotter than Phillip Rivers and Keenan Allen, but you have Smith and Hunt on the other side. We're coming down to that crunch time, struggling for position for playoffs and playing in Arrowhead. I can't go against the Chiefs on this one. I think they're, like I said, I think it's going to be a great game. But I just think that the Chiefs, because they're playing at home, and it's just that time of the year for them. If they're going to stay, they're going to stay. This is their call right here. If they're going to do anything or not, a lot on the line. So I'm picking the Chiefs. Dolphins and the Bills. I think a better defense is the Dolphins in this matchup. I mean, the Dolphins held the Patriots to I think they had 11 attempts on third down and they got 0. Pretty incredible defensive stance. So I go with the Dolphins against the Bills. And plus, Tyrod Taylor coming back off a knee injury on the Bills. We're not sure how. I'm not certain he's going to be in full capacity to play this game. I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to be ready. I'm just saying that, with that kind of injury, you don't know how it's going to go until you get out there, I guess. So any second guessing that stuff, that defense is going to pick them off. I think that's why I'm going with the Dolphins. Packers and the Panthers, a lot of hoopla. Aaron Rodgers returning. That's part of the reason I'm picking the Packers, but also because it's that time of the year too, and now they got their quarterback back, and he's magical under the helm with that team, and I just see the defense being hyped up about it as well, and they're going to put a stop to Stewart and hopefully to Cam. If they're going to win this game, they're going to have to contain Cam on the run. So I go with the Packers. Ravens and Browns. One of my upsets of the week. I think that the Browns are going to get a victory. I think there's some gelling going on this team that hasn't won a game yet. I think that the Ravens are, to me, a false hope. I think they've really plugged away and gone through a lot of different things through the season to get to where they are. But I think the Browns just want to see if they can win a game with their new found flow that they're going to take to the offseason and work on for next year. Excuse me. So I think that the Browns are going to get their first victory. Texans and Jaguars. I just picked the Jaguars. I think it's their year. I think that everyone's sort of swept them aside, not worrying about them because they haven't been in the playoff contention for so long. I think they made a statement game last week against the Seahawks, and I think they're legit. they're number one category in defense, and like, I don't know, maybe out of 6 different things that I saw, they were number 1 in 5 of them. They have a real good defensive squad that's now pushed over with momentum into the offensive side, and I think Bortles is getting better with each game. I think he's found some new receivers, Westbrook, Dede Westbrook, I think. They'll have some good combinations going on into that Houston defense. So I picked the Jaguars. The Bengals and the Vikings. I don't know what happened to the Vikings last week, but it wasn't their day. They won't have that mistake this week. I think they'll handle the Bengals extremely well. I look for the duo in the receiving core to be, ready. Keenum's going to throw the ball, and I think they're going to have a good afternoon in that Bengals backfield, in that the backfield on the defense. I just don't see them containing that offense. Now at the same time, I see the defense. I think they will contain AJ Green. I'm not saying he won't have some big breaks, and because he's a fantastic receiver. I think, in my opinion, one of the better in the league. I respect him, and they should too, on the defense, but I don't think that they're going to make any mistakes with that. I think the Vikings will take that game. Jets and the Saints. This is my other upset of the week. Everyone's saying Saints, Kamara's coming back and all this and blah, blah. I just like the whole thing. I think they got, Bryce Petty? Is that who's taking over the helm at the Jets? I'm not even 100% sure of that, but I think that's who it is. For me, it doesn't matter. I think it's the excitement of that team. They're throwing all these people in there, and people are starting to come together. They have a lot riding on this. I think it'd be a good game. I think that the Saints are probably going to score some points, but I think the defense will save the day. But I also think that their offense, whoever's under the helm, I think they got enough talent to take the ball down and get a couple of touchdowns. All right, so I picked the Jets. Eagles and the Giants. I like Foles. I used him his first year in on my fantasy and stuff. He did me some good points during that time. But that's been a couple years back now. It's a Wentz-driven football squad, and he's out, so Foles is taking over. But I just think that they're in the same division, and I just picking the Giants. I'm just picking them. I just think that the Eagles are going to falter. I've said that last week, and they didn't. They actually won, but I think they are at that point now, especially with this air being kicked out of them, with Wentz going out. So I'm going with the Giants. Cardinals and the Redskins. Cousins is one scrappy quarterback. He can make things happen. He's got all kinds of great ability. But I just see the Cardinals. I just see something happening there as well. The team's coming together. I think they're using their veterans. I think that they see some things that there's the feeling with the Cardinals, so I picked the Cardinals over the Redskins. Rams and Seahawks. Now Seahawks have the victory prior, I think week 4, week 5, somewhere they played somewhere in there, and then the Seahawks won. The defense contained Gurley, held them, to 10 points, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And they were the highest scoring offense at that time. And still are up there at the top, but don't get me wrong. The Rams' offense is tremendous, and I'm worried about Gurley this time. I think that, it's playoff season, more tough, more aggressive runs. But I'm a Seahawks fan to the bottom or the top. And I think Russell Wilson's going to perform his quarterback magic with the Seahawks and run the ball, throw the ball, whatever he has to do to get Seattle a victory. And they also know the 12th man's here for them, so go Seattle. The Patriots and Steelers, I see Brady tearing it up. I see Brady just going to town. Now, Roethlisberger, heck, he's coming off a 500-yard plus game last week. I mean, come on. That's incredible stuff, that's the real deal. But I think that Brady hasn't been the real deal like he wants to be, and I think this is his opportunity to say, look, we're the Patriots. Steelers are a dynamite, fantastic team, but when we're on, no one's beating us. So I go with the Patriots is simply because they lost last week to the Dolphins. So yeah, I go with the Patriots. Titans and the 49ers. This is a must-do for Tennessee. I picked them just because of that. 49ers are out of it, but they're going for their third straight win with Garoppolo, and they might well get it. The Titans have been they've let me down. I've picked them to win numerous times, and they just don't seem to have that juice, but I'm going to go with them one more time. I think they will get a victory over the 49ers. Cowboys and the Raiders, it's a must-do or die for the Cowboys. I think that Dak has settled into that mentality. I don't even know what's going on with the Raiders, so I picked the Cowboys. They're playing in LA or out in Oakland, but it's a do or die for the Cowboys, probably for the Raiders as well. But I think the momentum of who's really a better team is going to show in this, and I think the Cowboys are a better team. Falcons and the Buccaneers. Can't argue with Julio Jones. I forgot what it is. 199 yards, some record he's about to set. He's only 199 yards away for either most yards or most receptions or something in a season. It's crazy stuff. I go with the Falcons over the Buccaneers. I think that Matt Ryan's going to use that Julio Jones connection and all his other. He's got an arsenal, and I think the Falcons are wising up that they've got to get busy if they're going to stay in this. So I picked the Falcons. All right, that's my picks for Week 15. I've enjoyed doing these, and last week I had a rough time. I only got 7 out of 16. What a horrible performance. But there was a lot of upsets, a lot of people win in and out. You know how the NFL is. Well, I picked the sure games, and those are the ones that lost. The Dolphins beat the Patriots. I never saw that coming. And they played excellent. So not knocking the Dolphins' victory because they played excellent. They got the job done on defense and offense. And then again, the Titans and the Cardinals. I saw the Cardinals and they look good against the Titans, and Titans have been iffy, and there wasn't no room for that with the Cardinals. They defeated them last week. I picked the Titans to win. I picked the Jets over the Broncos last week as well, and boy, they got the Broncos handed the Jets a new one. So anyway, 7 out of 16 last week. I'm 62% going into Week 14. I don't know what the percentages are now, but I'm sure it's in the 50s now because of that 7 out of 16 week I had last week. So I hope I do better this week. All right, have a great evening. Bye.